Hey, I'm Jake. Welcome to yet another video in the Making a Website series. We have about two more, I think, after this, and then we are done with this series. If you have anything you'd like for me to go over in future videos, drop a comment down below. I'll probably post a poll or something like that too at some point. But let's continue with this series. In this video, we are actually, it's going to be a fast one. We are going to make it so that when a user registers and or logs in, we actually don't just store their password in plain text because that is bad to do. We are going to store it in a hashed value. That means that if somebody gets access to your database, they won't be able to, at least easily, determine what that value is. So in order to do this, we're going to install this passlib, which is a Python package, a pip package. If we go ahead and look at this here, it's just this one right here. So it allows us to hash a password. So what does that mean? What does it look like to hash a password? All right, so we have already installed passlib, but we're going to go ahead and import it. So we're going to import passlib from passlib.hash, this pbkdf2 underscore SHA-256. So this is going to use a SHA-256 hashing algorithm. So what that means is if we do print this hash and then password, we can get this this result here. So password has been changed into this. So the benefit of this is that if you just store this within your database, then nobody is going to be able to basically get this and turn it back into a password. Usually what ends up happening is that if people get a copy of your database, they'll do something that's called a dictionary attack. And usually what that means is that if it's a SHA-256, so if they know that it's going to look something like this, then they can probably assume it's a SHA-256 hash. And if that's the case, they're going to run all of the words in the dictionary against these passwords to try and figure out which value it could be. That's why you usually don't want something like password, because it's a pretty obvious password. So the more encrypted it is, the harder it might be for just a brute force algorithm to actually get this, because it can be more and more expensive the larger it gets. Now, a dictionary attack is again, if your password is bad, it's still gonna be able to probably get it eventually. But that's why if it's like this, with some stuff like that or whatever, then if we go ahead and save, we're going to get this, and I can guarantee you this is not going to be in a dictionary. Or maybe it is now because it's in a YouTube video, but it probably wouldn't be in a dictionary attack. So anyways, this is how we're going to hash a password. And then how are we going to verify it? Well, pretty easy, actually. We are just simply going to, let's get actually this hash and make it equal to this. And then we'll print the hash. And then we're going to print is the pd blah 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 verify, and then we're going to pass in our password, and then we're going to pass in the hash. So what we do is we store the hash as the password in our database, and then anytime the user wants to log in, we get the password that the user's provided and we verify it against the hash. Basically what this is going to do is it's going to run the hash again against the password, and it's going to see if it is equal to the hash. What's common in some of these libraries is that you can provide a secret, which means it's going to either append or you can salt the password, or it's going to add some additional information to the password the user provided, or it's going to hash it again or something like that. And then that kind of adds another layer of security, but we're just not going to worry about that here. But if we do this, and let me just copy this for a sec and run that. We can see that has worked, right? It says it's true. That has been the password. But if we say like password with an exclamation mark, we can see that one is false. So we have verified that the verification and the hash now work for our password. So let's implement this into our registration and our login so that when a user logs in or registers, we are using a secure password. All right, so let's go ahead and update our register to actually make this work. So we can go down to our register method here, and all we have to do is just add in password hash equals this whatever SHA-256, and we put in the password. And now this will have a hashed password of the password the user provided. And then all we need to do is update this to not be the password, but the password hash. We are halfway done. Next, we just need to verify the password on login. So we're going to go ahead and come down here, and where the user has provided the password, we're going to change two things. Firstly, we don't want to check for the password because we're now storing the hashed password. So we're going to get rid of this and do this here. And then we're going to go ahead, and if the user has been found with the username, we are going to say if the 256.verify the password and user2, which user2 is the, we can just do this, else flash invalid username or password. User2 is the second, the third column, but because it's 0 index, it is the password. So that's why we're getting user2 here. And we are verifying it. And if it has been verified, we will get the user object and log them in. So just to kind of prove that this is actually storing, new stuff, we'll print the password here, password, and we'll print the password hash, or the result that we have stored password. And we'll do user2. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and delete our user database, and we're going to rerun. And then we're going to go ahead and register. So we're going to go register, Jake test 123, register, registration successful. And when we log in, we'll go ahead and double check that we have that new stuff within our logs. So let's go back here, and right here we can see the password I provided was test123, super secret, and then we have the stored password. So we have verified that, and we have now logged in because I can go to the dashboard and we have all of this awesome stuff that we had from the last video. Well, that is all for this video. If you want to continue watching this series, consider subscribing. And we're going to be doing a lot of other stuff in the near future. We're going to be doing some machine learning stuff. I think we're maybe going to do some more Flutter stuff because I've been tinkering with Flutter again, and it is just so much fun. It's so easy to make some awesome UI. Yeah, stick around for that because it's going to be pretty sweet. We are also going to be doing some hardware stuff pretty soon. I say soon, soon is a little bit relative maybe, but at some point, hopefully this year. So yeah, stick around. And also all the code for this is down in the description below. And if you are interested, we also have a Discord. So feel free to join that if you have any questions or just want to say hi. Anyways, again, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.